We're just a few minutes before the actual weigh-in starts. So if you want to see the weigh-in, click the link right down below in the description box. And basically what we're going to do is we're here live right now. It's before the actual weigh-in starts. Oh, hold on. If you want to see the weigh-in, click the link. Right now it's 5:27 Eastern Standard Time. The weigh-in is going to be starting 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to talk about the weigh-in. And what we're waiting for now is, like I said, click the link right down below in the description box. It says watch weigh-in here. You can click that, open it up in another tab, and watch the weigh-in, and we're going to watch it together. I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. This is a random video. I wasn't planning on doing this, but since I had some free time, I said, you know what, since I'm not doing videos during the week until I get some things sorted, I should do a Google Hangout talking about the weigh-in. So if you got any questions or anything for me, I'll be reading the questions in the chat. As you probably do not know, I am rooting for Amir Khan to win. I think that he's going to outbox Canelo. Now, of course, we know for sure that Canelo has punching power, and Canelo has the power, especially the left hook and the body work, to destroy Amir Khan. Some saying he's going to be knocked out before the 8th round. I don't know. Yes, I saw the Pulev Chisora weigh-in. So in about a couple of minutes or so, the weigh-in for Canelo versus Khan is going to be starting. Click the link right down in the description box. It says watch weigh-in here. I put the whole YouTube link. It's a live streaming link. Open it up in another tab. And what we're going to do is we're going to be looking to see what Amir Khan weighs. And we're going to be talking about the weigh-in. So the fights that, well, the fights to take, the fights of note tomorrow night is a Irish fighter, if I'm correct, he's Irish, Jason Quigley versus James De La Rosa, who was supposed to fight David Lemieux, but David Lemieux didn't make weight. You got a Curtis Stevens versus Patrick Teixeira. That's going to be a good fight. I got Curtis Stevens losing. You got Mauricio Herrera in a fight that he didn't want, but he took it against Frankie Gomez. And you got David Lemieux versus Glenn Tappy. And I think Glenn Tappy is just totally going to get destroyed. So everybody relax. What we're doing now is we're waiting for the weigh-in to start. Open up the tab, you know, right down below. I'm actually going to be playing the weigh-in, the sound in the background. I just logged in. How much time has went by? I've only been on for about less than 5 minutes or so. So also we have a very big fight. If you're not doing anything in the middle of the day around about 2 p.m., you know, or well, no, about 3 p.m. or so Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you need to check out Kubrat Pulev, whose most notable fight is when he got knocked out by Vladimir Klitschko before he fought Jennings versus Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora is, well, both of these guys are ranked very high by the IBF, and this is supposed to be an IBF eliminator of an eliminator. So you have Joseph Parker, who is going to be taking on Carlos Takam. He's the next IBF mandatory. Anthony Joshua, of course, if he gets through Dominic Breazeale, has to fight him sometime at the end of this year, no later than March of next year. And then the next mandatory will be the winner of Kubrat Pulev versus Derek Chisora. And as far as Anthony Crowell's going, I got him getting knocked out. I'm sorry. You know, his career has been up and down. But what I'm going to do is, okay, I don't know what's taking the weigh-in so long to start. Well, it's only been a minute. So as I said, I'm going to keep repeating the same thing over again for people who's looking for the weigh-in. We're just going to talk about boxing. We're going to talk about the Mayweather-McGregor situation. We're going to talk about Canelo versus Khan. We're going to talk about Golovkin. We're going to talk about Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev. Andre Ward is going to have, or supposed to be having, another fight in July, the beginning of July, before he's contractually obligated to fight Sergey Kovalev in the fall. Of course, the Sergey Kovalev gets through his summer bout. So we're sitting here waiting for the weigh-in to start. I'm going to be doing this live chat for about an hour. As I said, this wasn't planned, and I got a lot of shit to do. So, especially to prepare for tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a live chat and watching the fight while streaming, you know, live YouTube. I did it before. So basically, we're going to be watching the fight together. So if you're not doing anything and you're watching the fight by yourself, or, you know, you want to see what my reaction is, you know, after the fight, then come to the channel. I'm going to be here doing a Google Hangout. So as I said, we're just waiting for the weigh-in to start, you know, and I'm thinking that Amir Khan's going to weigh in at about 153 or so, and Canelo like 154 and a quarter, something like that. So in the meantime, until then, okay, you're gonna get banned, buddy. I hate blocking people. I hate banning people. Don't make me do it. Do you think Khan's weight will slow him down? You know what? What I've noticed is Khan has been looking a little fleshy. You know, he's been looking a little soft. I'm interested. I'm very interested to see how he's going to look on the scales. He's been looking, you know, a little soft around the midsection. Now, he said, especially during HBO 24/7, that he was hurting himself, or, you know, going through a lot to make 147 pounds. So even after this Canelo fight, I'm wondering, win or loss, will he stay at 154 pounds, depending on how he looks. Something's telling me that we may not see Amir Khan at 147 pounds again. Khan's chin does have a Twitter account. Crawford versus Postol. See, here's the thing. A lot of people are on the Victor Postol hype train. I've seen several of Victor Postol's un-American televised fights, and he is good. He is good, but he hasn't fought anybody. You know, he has solid fundamentals, but he hasn't fought anybody. I'm going with Terence Crawford. Now, you can say the same thing about Terence Crawford fighting littler fighters, you know, but, you know, I'm going with Terence Crawford. Yes, I saw the Chisora versus Pulev weigh-in. Did you notice that every time Derek Chisora has some type of press conference or weigh-in controversy, he usually ends up getting his ass beat, you know, during the fight? Did you notice that? Remember the David Haye incident? Remember the Vitaly Klitschko incident? Remember, a lot of people may not remember, but remember that after the Derek Chisora was at Wilder versus Spielka, and then that's when Charles Martin got the win over Zara Klaskov. Remember, he showed up at the press conference with the post-fight press conference with this long trench coat on and his hat, you know, and called out Charles Martin in a very, very, very polite manner. It was almost like, you know, he was trying to avoid being seen, because remember, Tyson Fury was also in the audience as well. Did the weigh-in start yet? What is going on? When I moved down to 175 to fight Cotto, I can't make 175, bro. I can't make 175. I would go to 154 for Floyd, though. I would go to 154 for Floyd. I'll be just bones. Just walk through bones. Anyway, what do you guys want to talk about? Like I've said in my last couple of Google Hangouts, my live streams, you know, and I know I got to shave. I haven't been doing videos during the week because I got a lot going on, and I'm moving. I'm getting ready for this big, you know, I got something going on. I got something going on, and what I noticed is when I used to do my videos before, I was always talking about my plans and talking about what I was going to do, to the point where people just was copying my shit. You know, people just was saying, oh yeah, he said he was going to do that, so I'm going to do that. So what I'm doing is all the things that people have been asking for over the years: a podcast, a real set, a website. I'm working on all that stuff, and I'm making sure that I'll be able to kick back and just be able to, you know, just cover boxing. You know, just cover boxing, because it's all I do. I'm like retired, you know, but all I do is just cover boxing. And if you notice, I'm only doing videos a couple of times a week. I want to get back to doing videos, you know, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and then doing these Google Hangouts, more Google Hangouts, more live videos, more live streaming videos. You know, that's where the bread and butter is at. You know, I just like, I realize I got to start being a little more creative, because you have a lot of, you know, channels, even though they're good channels, they're using like the thumbnail radio format. You know, when you know, you just see a picture and hear somebody talking. That's the easy way. I like BBWs. I like BBWs. Can't lie, I like the BBWs. What kind of fucked up questions be in this chat? Canelo versus Bradley. I don't know. Oh man, don't get me started on Victor Ortiz. Don't get me started on Victor Ortiz throwing. You know, he should never. Somebody pointed out to me that he has like a lot of problems outside of the ring too. For example, like girlfriends always cheating on him, that kind of shit. I'm hearing that he really has some real like mental issues. Somebody let me know when the weigh-in starts. He has like some real issues, and it makes me wonder. Oh wait, the weigh-in's on. So listen, click the link down below in the description box, and you'll be able to see the weigh-in. I'm putting it on in the background.
And ladies and gentlemen, now making his way to the stage.
Okay, we're gonna wait until the bigger names get on the scales. So what are you guys doing tonight? Yeah, you know, Victor Ortiz is he's mentally challenged to me. It's just, you know, something's wrong, something's not right. Do I think the WBC will strip Canelo? No. The last thing I heard is that it went from 15 days. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't this week the head of the WBC raised it from 15 days to 30 days, that the winner of Canelo Khan has to decide when they're going to fight? Let me see if this guy makes weight. Anybody watching the dude eating Ben and Jerry's on the scale?
Got it, yeah. Blanco Santamaro.
Look at Shane Mosley
coming in. $121, a solid 121, going back to Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
Dude was eating Ben & Jerry's. If he wouldn't have made weight, I didn't think he was going to make weight. I didn't think he was going to make weight. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I don't believe that the WBC, a Mexican organization, would strip the #1 Mexican boxer in the world right now. I don't believe it. You know, and I think that Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo know this. But I have so many questions, because if I'm correct, Golovkin allowed for Cotto versus Canelo to happen. So why wasn't it in the contract that, okay, well, you know, we'll allow this fight to happen, but you have to fight us next? Here we are with Canelo versus Khan. They allowed this to happen. And the whole situation about the catchweight is confusing. I understand where people are coming from. There's a lot of people saying shit like, well, Golovkin will go to 154 for Mayweather, but of course they keep saying he won't go to 168 for Andre Ward. And then you have Mayweather, who throws fuel on the flame, saying shit like, well, Golovkin should go up to 168 pounds to fight Andre Ward, and then I'll consider fighting him. So you want him to jump up to 168 and then come down to 160, and then come down to 154? The shit just doesn't make sense. Also, get it through your heads. Get it through your heads. Andre Ward is done with 168 pounds. He's done with 168 pounds. In my opinion, if Andre Ward was to fight at 168 pounds again, I'm gonna think, oh no, he's drained. He's drained. The whole shit doesn't make sense. And no, Golovkin did not duck Lara. If you don't know the boxing politics, you know, if you don't know the boxing politics, don't just start spewing dumb shit. He did not duck Lara. Now, I understand the resume of Golovkin's is shit. You know, when you look at Willie Monroe, get no disrespect to the fighters, but his resume is shit. When you look at Willie Monroe, when you look at Osamamu Adamu or whoever, when you look at Marco Antonio Rubio, you know, there's nothing but trash there. It's just trash. But is that his fault? Don't be brainwashed by other media members. Is that really his fault? You know, think about it. Is it really his fault? So don't be brainwashed by people, you know, and people say, well, you know, he's not fighting these guys. There's a lot of reasons why he's not fighting these guys. And it's not all him. It's not all him. Now, I'm not a big Golovkin fan. I'm a fan, but I'm not a big Golovkin fan. I do see that that there's a lot of inconsistencies in his story, but I don't feel in no way, shape, or form that he should be forced to fight Canelo at 155 pounds when it's the middleweight title of the world. And Golovkin already holds 2 major middleweight titles. I think that Golden Boy and Canelo, they're playing off the fans. You know, they're getting fans to say, hey, yeah, why won't he go to 155? You know, it's all mind games. You know, Oscar De La Hoya know it's fucked up. Now, Bernard Hopkins, he knows it's fucked up too. But Bernard Hopkins, he met Oscar De La Hoya at 156. But at the same time, that was a made, you know. Anyway, the Curtis Stevens weigh-in is on. Let's see if he makes weight.
59, a pound under the middleweight limit.
The link to the weigh-in is right down below in the description box. Right down below in the description box. Did Curtis Stevens make weight? I guess he did. I guess he did. Now, when it comes to when it comes to Lara versus Golovkin, that's a fight I do want to see, and from my understanding, that's a fight that can happen. We've seen Al Heyman fighters fight on HBO and Dominic Wade, and even though Dominic Wade is a lower tier Al Heyman fighter, it raises the question, well, why can't Lara come over to HBO and fight Golovkin? Now, Golovkin having to go to Showtime to fight Lara? No. And in my opinion, Lara did say that he would move up to 160 pounds eventually. But in my opinion, I believe he should move to 160 pounds as soon as possible, because right now there's really no real major fights for him. There's really no real major fights for him. There's really no real major fights for him. This weigh-in is dragging on. And plus, I'm tired. I want to go play some 2K before I got to go back out again. As I said, get in the house finally with a awesome man cave. And I'm going to be back doing videos full time again sometime in, sometime this summer, before August, definitely, before July, hopefully. So what other boxing news? What other boxing news? What other boxing news? Oh, Anthony Joshua signing with Showtime. Here's the way I look at it. When you sign with a network, that prevents, right there, that prevents fights from happening. Because what if, just what if HBO decides to sign Tyson Fury? Then what does that mean? That means that we'll likely not see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. Now, Anthony Joshua doing a media call, which I meant to record, you know, well, I thought was recording. Mauricio Herrera is about to step on the scales. He was talking about, well, they were talking about basically the Deontay Wilder fight is in the future. Now, if you don't know, Deontay Wilder right now is in Russia with his girl. I hope he's not eating any meat over there. Pause, because you know they might contaminate the meat. I don't trust it. My bad. I just have to block some freak. Okay, Jose Palavinci. So Anthony Joshua, no, Deontay Wilder is over in Russia. We are now, you know, you can say 2 weeks away, just about 2 weeks away from Wilder versus Povetkin. I have Povetkin winning, even though I want Deontay Wilder to win, because you know he's American and also he's a much more marketable. And if Deontay Wilder wins, now you know you have to start putting him in big fights. He's already had Tyson Fury Tyson Fury call him out in New York in the ring. And now you have Anthony Joshua, who signed with a network that you're not technically signed to. You know, even though Deontay Wilder fights on Showtime, you know, he's a PBC fighter. He's not signed to Showtime. He's not signed to Showtime. Yeah, I understand. Everybody wants to sign Anthony Joshua now is because he's very marketable, you know, and just 16-0 with 16 KOs, he brings so much to the table, you know, as far as being the next big heavyweight. And right now, Showtime has the money to invest in fighters like Anthony Joshua too, where HBO is cutting back on investing in fighters or in fights in general, which is the reason why we, the fans, have to pay for Victor Postol and Terrence Crawford to fight. So we are waiting. I missed the we are waiting for the Amir Khan weigh-in. And as I said before, I got Amir Khan winning. I feel Amir Khan is going to be able to outbox Canelo. And if he does win, he's going to have to do, listen, he's got to do a lot of moving. You know, Amir Khan's going to have to do a lot of moving. You know, some have been saying that Amir Khan looks slow. Maybe it's just mind games. Maybe he's trying to look slow. But to me, from what I've seen, he's looking slow. No, Tyson Fury is not telling the truth about retiring. And also Tyson Fury is starting to really, and I'm a big Tyson Fury fan. Don't forget, I'm a big Tyson Fury fan. But he's really starting to piss me off with the retirement talk, with the talk about him never fighting for the IBF title anymore. I can understand why he's pissed off at the IBF. I can understand. But at the same time, by him saying he won't fight for the IBF title, he's basically saying that he's not going to fight Anthony Joshua. Do I think Eubank Jr. and Khan will clash in the future? No, Lord, no. You know, for one, I see Chris Eubank Jr. eventually being a light heavyweight. Eventually. Do you think Khan is serious about taking on Golovkin? Well, here's something interesting. The WBC has said Khan, if he wins, will have the choice of Golovkin, you know, or Danny Garcia. as I said earlier in the video, I don't see I don't see Amir Khan going back down to 147 pounds. I don't see it. For some reason, I think that he's going to stay at 154 pounds, depending on how he looks. Depending on how he looks tomorrow night will tell us, win or loss, whether he'll stay at 154 or go to 147 pounds. I have Amir Khan by decision. I have if Canelo wins, it'll be by KO, but I have Amir Khan by decision. Anthony Joshua versus King Kong. It'll never happen. King Kong meaning Luis Ortiz. It's a shame to say it'll never happen. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think that Anthony Joshua or Eddie Hearn want that fight for multiple reasons. You know, for one, Luis Ortiz, even though hardcore fans like him and we know who he is, he doesn't bring in any money. Phil Heath, y'all just bringing up. Listen, we're only going to talk about. I don't even know who that is. I watch a lot of boxing, but that don't mean I know who everybody is. I got Barroso. Anthony Crowler's going down. Yes, I'm watching that fight. I don't know if I'm going to cover it, but yes, I'm going to watch it. What does he have? Like 3? Crowler has like 3 losses, 4 draws, something like that, if I'm correct. Yeah, see, look, motherfuckers trying to trick me up with dumbass questions. Phil Heath, what the fuck? Do you give Brazil a chance against AJ? Not really. Not. I mean, of course, every boxer has a chance, especially with the professionally inexperienced Anthony Joshua, because in my opinion, he's still somewhat inexperienced. But he's a champion, and Dominic Brazil, in my opinion, from what I've seen with the Chris Arreola fight, from what I've seen with the Amir Mansour fight before he broke his jaw, of course, he's not really that good. He's not really that good. Luis Ortiz wants a Bentley. What do you mean, do I have a press pass? Do you see me at the fight? Do you see me at the weigh-in? What's going on with the weigh-in? Why does it say it's loading? What's going on? Did the weigh-in go out for anybody? Hold on, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. So Amir Khan and Canelo are going to be coming to the scales next. Yeah, Tapia do look huge. But unfortunately, Glenn Tapia is going to get a boot put in his ass tomorrow. He's going to get a boot put in his ass. Pulev versus Chisora. I have Pulev. You know why? One reason is Pulev, even though the way he holds his hands, how he holds it up high, how you hold him up high, he's going to be able to pick Derek Chisora apart. Derek Chisora is a one-dimensional fighter, in my opinion. He's a one-dimensional fighter that's a pressure fighter, power puncher. And Pulev, about 6'4", 6'5", with his reach and his fighting style doesn't match well against Chisora. Kovalev versus Chilimba. Kovalev, man. Kovalev. I also think that Derek Chisora, at this point in time in his career, understanding he wants to sell fights and all that and create headlines, I think he's a little too old to be getting involved in that type of conduct at this point in time in his career, especially with the trend of him getting beat up after these altercations at a press conference, or a weigh-in. What do you think about Adrian Broner versus Andre Berto? A very, very interesting fight. Very, very interesting fight. I don't know who would win. I don't know who would win. What about Errol Spence bitch ass ducking Brooke? Well, it depends. I take what Eddie Hearn says sometimes with a grain of salt. So they're going to have to fight eventually because it's a mandatory. You know, he's the mandatory. Well, he will be the mandatory after, you know, this next fight, which they did him dirty. They really did him dirty. Broner versus Provo next. Yeah, I would like to see that. Yeah, Huey Fury won his fight, but we don't give a fuck. Will I be selling T Street merchandise? Likely not. Likely not. If anything, I'll be selling the merchandise for .com, which will be launching this summer. You know, but you know, when it comes to T Street merchandise, I don't know. I really don't think so. So I'm sitting here right now, getting kind of agitated, waiting for Amir Khan versus Canelo weigh-in. Kind of tired. I gotta jet out after this. Gonna go have a some prime rib at Outback Steakhouse. Yes, I saw the Broner Breakfast Club interview. Yes, Amir Khan is supposed to be getting 13 million for this fight. 13 million. I'm hoping that this would set the trend for other Al Heyman fighters to say, hell yeah, I want a piece of Canelo too. You know, I hope, you know, that it sets the trend for guys to start fighting outside of other Heyman guys and stop fighting bullshit fights to make some money. Of course, Eddie Hearn is going to hold Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua is going to try to hold the IBF belt tight by hostage. But here's the thing: the IBF rankings at heavyweight are pretty deep, you know, with good names on it compared to the IBF names at 147 pounds, which is pretty much shit. So as I was saying before, go right down to the description box. The link's in the description box, and we can you can watch the weigh-in with me. Do I feel that Andre Ward can take over the 175-pound division? Well, once he fights Sergey Kovalev, then he'll have 3 belts, and there'll only be that 1 belt out there, which is that WBC that Adonis Stevenson is holding on to. By the way, it's confirmed that Adonis Stevenson, WBC champion of the world, will be fighting Thomas Williams Jr. next, the guy who beat Edwin Rodriguez, you know, last week on PBC on Fox. So Stevenson versus Williams is pretty much official. We're waiting for the date, and then he has to fight Eliter Alvarez after that. So Adonis Stevenson's next 2 fights are sewn up, and they're not even fighters that really people care about. Yeah, easy work for Superman. Any word on PBC arriving in the UK? No. PBC's got a lot of issues, a lot of financial issues. We're going to talk about that more in detail tomorrow night because people are not telling you the truth, and they're not telling you the truth because of whatever reasons, whether racial, whatever the case may be. But I'm a big PBC supporter because of I want to see fights every week, and I feel that PBC can be successful in the future. But as it stands right now, PBC is not doing good. PBC is not doing good. You know, it's not doing good. People will say shit like, well, you know, and this is just a made up number. They'll say shit like, well, such and such did 4 million households. But really the truth is the average ratings will be some shit like 1.5 million households and peaked at 4 million. But people will twist the shit up to y'all and say, well, you know, it did 4 million households, like 4 million consistently watched. No, it don't work like that. So listen, go to the link right down in the description box. In the description box, it says watch for weigh-in. Click on it, And the weigh-in is actually coming on. They're actually about to get on the scales in the next couple of minutes or so. Literally about, 90 seconds or something like that. Of course, Amir Khan is going to step on the scale first. Canelo's going to step on the scale second. Also, here's another thing that I want to point out. When it comes to 30-day weigh-ins, the 30-day weigh-ins before the fight, this is the lowest. This is the lowest that Canelo Alvarez has weighed since before Austin Trout. Before Austin Trout. Something's telling, even if you look at him at the press conference, he looks smaller than Amir Khan. Something is telling me that maybe they're preparing to drop that 155-pound Canelo weight title and go back to 154. So depending on who Canelo fights at 154, or who's available, who's champion, that will give them an excuse to go back to 154 pounds. But here's the thing. You got Charlo versus Jackson coming up, and you got who's the other Charlo fighting? Basically, he might run. You may have a situation where you have a Charlo as the WBC champion who's a Heyman fighter, and a Charlo who's the IBF champion who's a Heyman fighter. Both of those guys don't bring in money. And you got Liam Smith, who's the WBO champion at 154 pounds. So, I'm thinking to myself, who at 154 pounds can Canelo fight to get a title shot, and it would be a big fight? Honestly, I really don't feel that Golden Boy Promotions wants Canelo to fight Golovkin. I really don't feel that way. For one, it's not a $20 million fight. Also, they know, just like hardcore fans know, that Golovkin will give, Canelo major problems. So if Golovkin beats Canelo, Canelo's stock drops, not dramatically, but it drops a lot. Losing to Golovkin and losing to Mayweather are two different things. Two different things. They're taking forever to show this weigh-in, right? Fight Lara again at 154 pounds. But Lara hasn't been doing anything to raise his stock, to make us feel, or fans feel, that it would be a bigger money fight. You got to start thinking like these promoters sometimes. I would love to see Lara versus Canelo again. But you got to really think about, Lara don't be bringing in no money. He fought, his last fight was in the rain, outside, with hardly nobody there. I understand it was raining, but still, wasn't going to be nobody there in the first place. On ESPN on a Wednesday. On a Wednesday. Come on, man. For Janzavek. What is he doing? What's next if Canelo loses? Well, there's a rematch clause. There's a rematch clause. So if Canelo loses, here's the situation. If Canelo loses, unless they come to some type of agreement again, which I doubt the WBC will allow, the WBC belt will then go to Golovkin, because Amir Khan will be obligated to fight Canelo next, because of the rematch. Kind of like what happened with the Tyson Fury, Charles Martin, Tsar Glaskov, Vladimir Klitschko situation. I forgot. Who's the WBA? Oh, yeah. You got Lindy Lara, who hasn't been. Oh, wait. Are these guys finally getting on the scales? Are these guys finally getting on the scales? So once again, the link to the weigh-in is right down below in the description box, right down below. I've seen the Frazier statue, but I haven't been down there yet. I was supposed to go, but I didn't get a chance to go. I didn't get a chance to go. All right, I'm going to turn this up. I really don't want to. Yeah, I'm hearing Saddam Ali is supposed to be on the June 11th card or something like that. Saddam Ali, the way lost to Jesse Vargas, he's not looking good. You know, he's not looking good. He's got a lot of rebuilding to do. Yes, I know the WBC. No, actually, technically, the WBC 154-pound title is technically vacant, but it's being fought for on May the 21st against Jermell Charlo and John Jackson. So it's technically, you know, vacant, but it's being fought for. It's being fought for in May the 21st. Yeah, I saw Nigel Benn's son box, but I think that he's not very good, you know, but it's just one fight. And I think that he's just trying to cash in, you know, on the whole Chris Eubank Jr., you know, has his son fighting, so let me try to get my name out there with my son fighting too. What's taking so long to get these guys on the weight? You know what? I hate like bullshit like weigh-in like interviews where they just tell you just basic ass shit. Is Trump at the weigh-in? I don't care about Trump. Also, Andy Lee has said on his Twitter that there has been no agreement for him to fight Danny Jacobs. And the WBA said that if Canelo chooses to not fight, if Canelo chooses to not fight Golovkin, that they'll order Golovkin versus Jacobs. So if Canelo loses or if Canelo drops the belt, then by the end of the year, Golovkin can have all the belts at 160 pounds if things go to plan. They're just going to interview everybody before they get on the scales, huh? Just going to interview everybody. This should have taken way too long. By the way, whoever want to play some 2K, you know, some NBA 2K, you know, some Black Ops 3, T-Street Controversy. Actually, it's TST Controversy on PS4, and I still play Fight Night Champion. That's TST. I mean, that's T-Street 236 on Xbox 360. And don't ask some dumbass questions. You know how people ask dumbass questions like after I said I got an Xbox and a PS4, they're like, well, you have a PS3? No, nigga, I can say I did. What 2K you have? 2K16. Fuck you talk. What? What? If Canelo loses the Khan, what's next to him? Rematch. Rematch clause. Canelo can't, you know, it's going to be devastating if Canelo loses to a smaller fighter like Amir Khan. It's going to be devastating for his career. Devastating. So, if, in my opinion, he better rematch him right away. You just step your game up. You still balling on 2K15? What is wrong? Ah, you still hooping on 2K15, homie? Is that bad? Is that bad? They even brought up Evander Holyfield? Come on, Mark. Oh, they got Roberto Duran now holding the belt. How many people are they going to interview? It's not Mayweather Pacquiao. They interviewing everybody. Anyway, as I said, I'll say it again. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a live streaming video during the fight. You know, I'm going to start at about 9 p.m., maybe 10 p.m. or so, and we're going to sit here and just watch the fight. No, for you cheap-ass broke people who think that YouTube is a way for you to watch live fights, that's illegal. I'm not going to be showing the fight on a successful channel and get a copyright ban. I'm not going to be showing the fight. No, it just, and you know, it pisses me off that people think that, you know, YouTube is a place where you should come to watch fights. Now, I understand I like watching fights on YouTube as far as, you know, the ones that people upload, but me being somebody that works on YouTube and people think that, you know, I'm supposed to show the fights? Like, nah, man, that's some bullshit. Yeah, I know they interviewing everybody, man. I'm getting tired of it. I just want to see the weigh-in. And plus, I got to cook. Not for me. I'm going to, I'm going to cook for my pop. I'm going to Outback. Somebody taking me to Outback. Get some prime rib. I'm sick of Amir Khan talking about my speed. You know, what's his name? Oh, Amir Khan is finally on the stage. Amir Khan is finally on the stage. Get on the scales, man. Get it over with. Okay, what do you think Amir Khan's going to weigh? I'm saying 153, 153 and a quarter. I'm saying 153 and a quarter. What do you think Amir Khan's going to weigh? And I think Canelo's going to weigh. Don't be surprised. You know what? Canelo might do some bitch ass shit. Canelo, don't be surprised if Canelo weigh in under 154 pounds. Don't be surprised if Canelo weigh in under 154 pounds for this fight. Just to show, look, I'm not a. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if Canelo weighs under 154 pounds. You see what Cotto did? Cotto weighed in like 152 or some old shit like that. Then dropped the belt. I got it on mute. I'm not listening to none of this shit. I'm gonna turn it up once they step on the scales. Canelo looked thin as hell. Yeah, it's all about the rehydration. Canelo gonna lie, talking about he never weighed in over 170 in a fight. Fudge out of here. Fudge out of here. All right, the moment of truth. Let's see what Amir Khan looks like. Let's see what Amir Khan looks like. Those delicate, delicate whiskers. He's got to keep those whiskers safe, man. He's got to keep those whiskers safe, man. Those delicate whiskers. What if Canelo don't make weight? They take it forever. Is it me or this the forever weigh-in? This is the forever weigh-in. Remember how, I want you to remember how Canelo weight started. Canelo weight started at the weigh-in of the Alfredo Angulo fight. They got word, Alfredo Angulo's team got word that Canelo couldn't get down to 154 pounds. So what they did the day of the fight is they renegotiated the contract and made it for Canelo weight 155 pounds. The day of the weigh-in. That's how Canelo weight got started, because he couldn't make 154 pounds. That's how it got started. That's how it got started. So instead of him missing weight, they paid, you know, Alfredo Angulo somewhere around $100,000 to $300,000, if I got the exact amount. What is taking everything so long? Who are they interviewing now?
Amir,
About time.
first. Amir's got a record of 31-3, 19 knockouts. Stepping up in weight for the first time, fighting in the middleweight division. 155. Amir King Khan.
Surprised.
There you go. All right. Up next on the scale.
Tell you, Canelo go weigh in under 154.
Middleweight champion of the world. From Guadalajara, Mexico. Saul Canelo Alvarez. $155 on the dot.
Okay, Canelo weight. Repping that Canelo weight.
155-pound limit. All fighters on the welterweight card may weight tonight.
I don't expect, once again, I don't expect Amir Khan to weigh in to weigh in at 147 pounds again. Just my personal opinion. Just my personal opinion. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting out of here because tomorrow I got to put in a full shift. We're going to be on YouTube tomorrow from about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 2, 3 a.m. Some old crazy shit, you know. So I got a long day. Another thing, where's the Khan army at? Where's all these Khan fans that he said would fly from Dubai and would fly from all these different places? Ain't nobody come to see his ass. I see limited Khan fans there. I see limited Khan fans. He was talking all this shit that they would be coming over there for him and everything. Where are they at? Shout out to Office Honcho. Where are they at? Where the fans at? Where's there's only one Amir Khan? That same ass song they be singing for everybody. Where is Britain? Where are they at? Is Britain in Vegas? I know Cougs is there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. As I said, tomorrow's going to be a long night. I got to prepare, go shave, get ready. T Street Controversy Live.